Welcome to the December Mini Album a Month class hosted by 2peasinabucket.com. This is our last installment of this mini album class for the year. This particular album is a calendar mini album, and it's a loosely based calendar mini album because I actually just used bingo cards, but I wanted it to be more of a thematic calendar album than an actual calendar album. If you wanted to do something more traditionally calendar, you would want to find printables for the calendars and watch our digital scrapbooking supply section in the shopping section because there will be some printouts for monthly things put out by our digital designers. So keep an eye out for that. You can see some of our past ones as examples, but there should be some new ones coming in the next few weeks. All right, so to assemble this album, I'm using a Doodlebug album, and it has scallops on the end. I've actually only used 10 of the 20 pages that were in there, so I actually used 6 of the chipboard pieces and didn't use 4. Obviously double-sided makes it 20 pages. So this is actually just a 12-page album. You could use the other pages, but since there's 12 months in a year, I just used the 6 chipboard pieces to create 12 pages. All right, so the basics of this album were I printed a photo that was about 3 inches wide by 3.5 inches tall. And I always print them out a little larger so that I can cut them down to size. But you'll want to measure them based on the calendar that you use. So once you get the calendar in place, measure what you want to do with the photo. And then I just had fun and I just pulled out thematic embellishments. This is the January one. You can see that I've used felt and stickers and I've added gems. This is February. Watch for the cupcake love that is shipping now with Little Yellow Bicycle. This is March, little bees. And my photos aren't necessarily thematic to the month, but just favorite photos that I love. My oldest son is born in February, or rather April. He was born in April, and so I put his picture in April. In May, and on this particular one I layered a heart here and pop dotted the house. You can see that it's raised a little bit, and I just combine elements. I literally just shot my stash. This is June. You can mix it up and add in some black and white photos, and then I just did some thematic things there. July, instead of stars and fireworks, I used blue butterflies. August, I use swimming and sunshine things, since even though it's time to go back to school here, we still do summery things. We are going to do the September page. This is October, a little werewolf and a little moon. This is November. I would like to say I do a lot of cooking in November, but I would totally be lying. But that's a goal that I have, is to do more cooking during the Thanksgiving months. And then December. Now these photos are from all different years. They're just some of my favorite photos. So let's actually walk through creating the page. So I've already adhered my bingo card and I've measured to make sure my photo is going to fit, and then I just add adhesive on the back. And then you can just pull whatever you want. I thought these embellishments were kind of a cool fall color. This is from the Savor line from Little Yellow Bicycle. And this is a woolly from Basic Gray. So just pull out things that you've bought through the year. This is a great way to use up your stash and just play and have some fun. So I'm going to go ahead and put this leaf here. And then I'm just going to add things there. And really that's all I did, was just kind of play around and make it look however I want. So let's go ahead and assemble the album. Let's put it back together. So January, February, March. Make sure you do these in the right order. April, May, and June. And this album does come with 3 rings. And if you get really bulky on your album, then you may have to get larger office rings to do this album, but mine should fit just fine. I like on this album that the first and the last page have reinforced grommets. Just close up your rings. we're going to want to add a little bit of ribbon. So I just pulled out some ribbon that I liked. And I just simply knot the ribbon on the rings. This is a great gift album, and it could be easily mass-produced if you buy the supplies in bulk. Buy a couple of the albums, buy a couple of the bingo cards, and print your photos out multiple times. It's a really, really fast way to create this album. So you can add as little or as much ribbon as you like. Once I get them tied on, then I go back and cut them to a prettier shape. The thing that I like about this particular album is you can do this album horizontally or you can do it vertically. It's really up to you. You could add stuff on the circle tabs or just leave them as a big white chipboard scallop like I've done here. So there's the finished album, and the idea is that it can stand up and just flip over, and then you have the new month. So for additional photos and a downloadable PDF that includes the photos and instructions, be sure to visit our education forum at 2peasinabucket.com.